Hi, this is Derek Murphy from creativity.com, and I've been working on a new site recently called Marketing for Writers. And basically, what it is creativity is more about focusing on how to make a profitable creative freelance business. I wanted something a little more focused on book marketing because I talk a lot about book marketing, and I also wanted to make some resources that are super helpful. So when this is done, you'll be able to go into fiction and pick your genre, let's say paranormal romance, and you'll find 100 places to market your paranormal romance book. We're still kind of developing these, but there will be blogs and websites and Facebook groups and magazines and newsletters, communities and forums, events or conferences, also hashtags or keywords that you will want to use if you're marketing your book promotion. Also some bestsellers. You should already know these if you're writing paranormal romance. The reason that this stuff is useful is that you're going to want to find places to market your book. You can do some targeted advertising, you can do a really good book launch, but everything will be like when I do a book launch, I want to be everywhere the week of my launch. I want my book or my name to show up on a dozen of these major, a dozen, 20, 30 of these major sites. So you've got to start planning in advance. You've got to write a guest post just for their audience, or maybe an author interview, maybe a review. You can get on those sites by buying advertising, but you want to pick a bunch of these and you want to be there so that when your readers are online somewhere, they find you really easily, especially during launch. It's easier because you're going to want to launch hard and get a #1 bestseller in your category. So you want to really, if you're going to do advertising or promotion, you want to do it all in the same week and make sure you get that #1 slot for visibility. After that, it's better to have content. Like it would be better to submit guest posts or articles to all these sites because that content is going to stay there so people can find it. And you'll also want to post a lot of articles on your blog so that it'll stay there. If you're just doing advertising, then when you stop paying for the advertising, the ad's going to go away and your sales are going to dry up. So it's much better to do content marketing, which means writing articles that will appeal to your readers all over the place. And for example, something I just wrote this week on Medium. Medium's owned by Twitter. It's a pretty good site for guest posting articles. The design is really nice, so it's pretty easy to make sure that your article looks good. And I don't use it that often, but let me see what I've got. Publications. I'm basically starting to, because I'm going to start writing fiction. Oops. I'm starting to write articles that are going to appeal to my target audience. Drafts and stories. Public. Okay, so here's the one I just wrote. Are smirking heroes turning teenage girls into targets for abuse? It's basically about how all young adult paranormal romance books have hot guys who smirk a lot, and why smirking is considered sexy when actually smirking is defined as a universal facial expression for contempt, hatred, and disdain. So it's kind of a interesting and controversial subject that people who read a lot of paranormal romance might like and they might link to. It's not about my book, it's not promoting my book, but at the very bottom of it, of the article, I say, P.S. I'm working on my first paranormal romance book and deciding how much smirking to include. So this is a very soft link to my site and my book. And normally I wouldn't even put my cover here, except my cover is really strong. So having the cover here is going to make a lot more people take notice and maybe click over to my site. This isn't as powerful as directly advertising or promoting your book directly, but this article might get a lot of links. It might show up when people are searching for similar topics, and this article is going to be around forever. So a year from now, somebody might discover me or my books because of this article I wrote one time. And if you put out a lot of articles like this on a lot of different sites where paranormal romance users are, that's going to be kind of evergreen marketing. And so if you're building like an author platform, if you're planning on writing a lot of books in a certain genre and you're putting out articles on all of these different sites, I would shoot for like having 100 articles. It might take you a year, but then you'll have a whole bunch of traffic coming back to your site forever, and you can really just focus on writing. It's going to be much easier to sell your books when the traffic is coming to you than to your site. Okay, so you can check out, this is marketingforwriters.com. I'm also going to be building a really big book marketing roadmap. So when you have a novel, you can just kind of go through the step-by-step guide, and everything is going to be free on this website for quite a long time. So you can check it out. Thanks. Bye-bye.